Welcome to the Mastering FacilityWare series video on GHS labeling. In this short video, we're going to cover a few things about creating a GHS label, give you a little bit of info on regulatory compliance, show you the parts of a GHS label, and then we're going to create a few simple GHS labels from templates. So on regulatory compliance, this is just a little bit of information that we are required to provide. Basically, a lot of people view regulatory compliance and labeling as law. It's not. The regulatory bodies provide recommendations and guidelines. It's up to each individual company to determine what regulatory compliance they want to follow when they're labeling. That is true for most types of regulatory labeling. There are different codes, different options, and each location has to choose for themselves. With GHS, they're trying to create a unified regulation, and pretty much everyone's going with that. So let's take a look at what we can help you with that. Now, the parts of a GHS label, basically the label has pictograms on one side, on the left-hand side usually, that are within a red diamond. They're required to be in a red diamond. So we sell die-cut labels that have the red diamond pre-printed, and we provide templates that line up with that pre-printed diamond perfectly. You'll also find on each GHS label hazard statements, which will either be codified or non-codified, product names, hazardous ingredients, prevention information, including like PPE, as well as company information. Now, another thing you should know is, as far as the parts of a GHS label, unless you're a chemical manufacturer, you will not have to determine what all that information is. If you're getting the chemical from another company, then they need to be providing that information for you. They may also provide a GHS label. If you're rebottling or using that in a way that necessitates you creating your own label, that's where we come in. So let's look at how you actually make those. I'll go ahead and load up FacilityWare. And right when you load FacilityWare, you'll get Select Template. Go ahead and just click Pre-Made at the bottom. And it'll start you out in a section that looks like this, the Pre-Made folder. Just go ahead and scroll down to GHS and double click, and you're going to notice a bunch of different types of label templates already in there. If you know the type of hazard that you're dealing with, you can work with one of those, but we're going to start with a blank template. So let's go ahead and go down to the 4x6 blank template. Open it up. We're going to zoom out a little bit, and you're going to start to see all those parts that we just talked about. Your diamonds here, your hazard statement, product name, ingredients, prevention, all these other things, and then your company information at the bottom. Now notice these diamonds are grayed out, and you're going to see some information at the bottom that diamonds are for icon placement only. You don't want to print those because with our GHS supplies, the red diamonds are pre-printed. So these are just here to help you line up the images. So let's just, for example, go into our pictograms and drag over the image object. And you'll notice that there's a GHS folder in here. So let's go into the GHS folder of our images, and these are the codified symbols that you're going to put on any particular label. So here's an aquatic hazard. We're just going to resize that one and line it up within a diamond. That's a little bit over the edge, so let's make it a little bit smaller. Once you have it lined up the way you want it, you just click on these gray diamonds in the background. Oh, by the way, we're doing a 4 diamond here. So in theory, that means we have chosen a chemical that requires 4 of those images. So let's just put them in for reality's sake here. This is not at all what, I can't imagine any particular chemical that will go with the ones I'm choosing. But you would choose the ones that are required as provided by the chemical manufacturer, and you would line them up with all 4 diamonds. So I'm going to choose 4 random ones here just as an example. Now we have an explosive, acidic, aquatic hazard, breathing hazardous, terrible chemical, I guess. Okay, now that they're all lined up, you can click on this object in the background and just hit your delete key or hit this red X. That will remove the gray diamonds so they don't print. However, these are lined up with the red diamonds that are already on your label. Now, as for the rest of these items, you would just simply double click on them and fill them in as needed. Well, I don't know what chemical name we would use, but we'll. Just as an example, you fill in your chemical, fill in your ingredients, and then you're done. You hit print. You can also hit File, Save As, and save this for future use. So that's how you would make from a blank template. Now, it says blank template, but it's not really blank. It has all the layout that you need. Now let's look at how you would create one from a more complete template. So again, load up FacilityWare and click Pre-Made. Go into the GHS folder, and now here's the different hazard types that exist for GHS. So let's just go ahead and choose one of these. Let's just say it's a flammable gas. And we'll call it a Category 1 Extremely Flammable. Open that up. Notice that this one already has your category, your codified hazard type, as well as your symbol that's already lined up for a single diamond template. So, and these prevention response, these are already put in here for you. You will have to put in your product name still and your ingredients, and you can certainly modify these as needed. But some of the work's already been done for you with those categories. Let's do one more so you can just see. Again, pre-made, GHS, acute toxicity. This one has quite a few more. Dermal, inhalation, oral. Let's just say this one, dermal category 5. Notice how this changed to a warning instead of danger. You've got your codified hazard statement, and your instructions are different. You have poison center, etc. And that's about it. You got two types of GHS labels, templates that are built into FacilityWare. You could theoretically make one from scratch, but you don't have to. They're both built in there already. You have the codified statements for different types of hazards, as well as just blank templates. And again, it is up to the chemical manufacturer. If you're not that person, then make sure to contact them for full information on your chemical. And if you have any other questions, of course, you can always call Industrial Safety Solutions at 877-762-9280.